Explain why livestock vaccination is crucial, particularly in Kenya, just foundational.
Yeah, thank you, Victor. First of all, we have to understand that we are dealing with a developing country where we need food security. So the very first thing, even before you talk about anything, we need to secure our future. We need to secure our livestock. Mm-hmm. And that is a cornerstone of this country, mm-hmm. in the dairy sector and also in the private sector, in the pastoral sector. Mm-hmm. If we lose that, we lose our future. A gentleman has just talked about paying dowry in form of livestock.
Right.
Imagine, without livestock, you can't marry. Mm-hmm. We need to secure that. So there is immense advantage in securing the future by protecting the livestock. And I think that's why, for us as scientists, I think it is an exciting moment to be in Kenya and to be talking about vaccines, to be able to protect our future.
All right.
Yeah.
Now that we've established that, tell us a little bit about this campaign that the president announced a few months ago. So the general understanding is that the campaign targets several livestock diseases. Which diseases are being prioritized and why are they significant?
I think for me, having worked in the livestock sector, I would first of all talk about the East Coast fever, which actually is like the cancer of the cattle.
Oh, wow.
So when we are talking about cancer in human beings, this is the cancer that we need to talk. If animals are infected by the ticks, which then transmit the parasite that causes East Coast fever, then they die within 21 days. If they don't die, then there is muscle wasting. So if there are animals that we need to take to the butcher, the farmer loses the weight.
They waste away.
They waste away. So basically, you are losing the mass, and the kgs is basically we are losing the few shillings. Mm-hmm. If it is in the dairy sector, then that cattle is going to cut the production in milk. Mm-hmm. Imagine of our young children who depend on milk. Mm-hmm. For the protein at that tender age. It means that our nutrition is also affected, apart from the fact that the farmer also is losing in the liters of milk. Mm-hmm. So I put that as an important disease that actually we need to slow down or totally eradicate. Now, when we come to the small ruminants, we have PPR.
So, just for the sake of our viewers, small ruminants, we're talking about.
We are talking about goats and sheep. Yeah, and for this country, when we are fond of nyama choma, so instead of actually going for especially for the small gathering, instead of going for a whole cattle, we majorly go for the goats,
boozy or
and all that. So that actually put PPR, which is Peste des Petits Ruminants, a small, pest for the small ruminants. That puts that disease as an important disease that we need to slow. And again, I get to the trade that we do for in goats and sheep. So if those animals, we lose them, then we lose the trade, we lose the money, we lose the tax.
Right.
And therefore, we need to rethink and see how best to help the economy of this country.
Talk to us a little bit about food.